Hello, and welcome to the Book Marketing Simplified podcast. My name is Jen Hanson-dePaula.
And I'm Marcus-dePaula. Jen, you have been spending a lot of time on TikTok, and there are some things that you may have learned on TikTok that might be able to help authors on Instagram.
I was a little reluctant at first to even step into TikTok, but as you have also experienced, because I kind of lured you into using TikTok.
Yes.
It's addictive.
Well, and I started off just watching TikToks,
Yes.
which is very addictive.
Very addictive.
But then I have started making my own, especially with our pup, Tina.
Yes. But when people see something working on another platform, such as TikTok, we automatically think, okay, that's where I need to be.
Right.
Or I hear a lot of publishers saying, oh, book sales are coming through TikTok, so go be on TikTok.
Yeah.
And that isn't necessarily the case. You need to make sure that you're comfortable there, that you're going to be able to create content and all that good stuff. But there are some things that I think that we can learn from TikTok and from TikTok's success that we can apply to other social media outlets that we might be more comfortable on.
And what we're not saying is that a lot of the approaches to TikTok are necessarily going to universally work on every other social platform. There's just some things that are interesting and unique to TikTok that we might be able to try on other platforms and see some success with.
Absolutely.
So let's dive in.
So the first one is that TikToks aren't perfect. I was actually just having a conversation with my client, Tracy, about this. She loves how curated and beautiful Instagram is.
Okay.
And she isn't a huge fan of just the randomness and just the kind of what feels chaotic to her. The thing to remember is that TikTok isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea,
right?
Just like Instagram or any other social media outlet isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea. But something that we can learn from TikTok is that they make a lot of content quickly. They aren't focused on perfect videos,
right?
Perfectly framed videos. We do want high quality video, but especially right when you're getting started on TikTok, many experts suggest doing like 3 to 5 videos a day to see what works.
That's a lot.
Well, and here's the thing. They suggest this because you get feedback immediately.
Okay.
Like the algorithm works in such a way that you're able to get feedback on what is working and what won't work. So it's not that you're going to be making 3 to 5 videos forever. It's like in a week.
Okay.
Or some say, like a month. Spend a full month posting multiple times a day.
Just a trial period.
Yes. And then you'll be able to see what will work for you.
Okay.
And the thing with the quickness of the videos is that you're able to get it done. You don't spend hours on one reel or one video only to have it viewed 100 times or so. With these quick videos, it's almost like they get more of a response because it's real. It's a touchstone that people can identify with. It's not perfectly curated.
So what you're talking about, and I'm speaking as a perfectionist here.
Yes.
That it is okay to just turn the camera on and say candidly whatever's on your mind that you think the people on the other end of that screen might want to hear from you.
It can be, yes, but it doesn't have to be perfect. There was a TikToker that I saw. She was very surprised because she did a video. She was just sitting on her couch, and she mostly posts about books and about editing and the writing process. And she did a post on the show that she was watching. She said, it took me literally 10 seconds to record. And she got more response from that one video than she had in like her whole TikTok career.
Interesting.
And it really made her realize, okay, I can just create some very quick videos and post them to see what people respond to.
So how can we actually take that and apply it on Instagram?
If you even want to just start by doing that for your stories, posting that and seeing, like what response you get back. It's recording some quick reels. not having it be these perfectly framed videos.
Right.
Maybe it is showing you on a walk with your dog.
I've done that.
Yes. Or maybe it is being kind of real. I had a client who shared some video of her very dirty desk, and she got a huge response from that because it's almost like people can identify with that.
Yeah.
So trying something and making sure that, like it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to spend hours and hours. And I think that that's why a lot of people shy away from reels, is that they spend all this time on them. And you can't spend 2 hours a day on a reel. It's just not realistic.
Well, for me, one of the things that takes so much time is I'm trying to find the right music. I'm trying to get the text just right to go along with it. Getting the live caption text on the screen just right so that it doesn't have any words that are misread. So what you're saying is we don't necessarily always need to do all of that stuff.
No. And that's a really important thing that we can learn from TikTok to specifically apply to Reels on Instagram.
Okay, so the first thing we can try on Instagram that we've learned from TikTok is to do quicker videos that aren't necessarily perfect. So is what you're leading into with this next point that quantity may be better than quality in this case?
When you are just starting out and you are trying to figure out what style you want to create with your videos, experimenting with different things is important. I've talked a lot about content buckets and knowing what your post is going to be about, but the delivery, if you're going to be mimicking something or if you're going to be a talking head where you're just sitting there talking in front of the screen. Granted, when you try things on TikTok, they say, do 3 to 5 TikToks a day. I'm not saying that you need to do that, especially on Instagram.
Okay.
What I am saying is experiment with how you deliver the content.
Okay. Just trying a variety of approaches.
Yes. And especially if you're stuck, if you aren't seeing any growth, try some new things. I think anyone who does Reels for any certain amount of time, if you do the same style over and over again, it's going to peter
bored.
off. Yeah. And so you always need to keep yourself fresh and up with new ideas, but that doesn't mean that you necessarily have to post every day. It's just kind of changing things up a little bit. So experimenting is important.
Gotcha.
And that's something that we learn on TikTok.
And I'd like to just add that it's not just trying random things and throwing it at the wall to see what sticks.
Yes.
It's being intentional and strategic, thinking about your ideal reader, paying attention to what's working for other authors that might be in your genre, other similar creators that might be in a different media, and trying the things that appeal to you and that fit your personality and your brand that will also be relatable for your ideal reader.
Exactly. It's making informed decisions.
Yes.
It's not doing something that's completely out of your wheelhouse or making you uncomfortable. I'm not saying that you have to dance. I'm not saying that you have to, do anything like that.
Nobody wants to see me dance.
No, honey.
So we're trying to do videos quickly without them having to be perfect. We're trying a variety of different styles and formats to see what works. What else can we learn from TikTok to apply to our Instagram videos?
You need to give it time. I've talked to so many authors who, if they don't get a bunch of views right away, they want to delete it. And we have got to give them time. On TikTok, the way the algorithm works, it takes a couple of hours for it to even get on people's radars.
Right.
You'll notice within 24 hours, things really turn around. You never want to delete a video just because it doesn't get that spark right away. You have to give it time. And video, like Reels and TikToks, take on a life of their own. A couple weeks later, you see an old TikTok or an old Reel all of a sudden get tons of views. And it's like, where did that come from?
Right.
They take on a new life of their own, and they have almost a second or a third life sometimes. So don't delete video that isn't taking off right away.
So we just need to be patient.
Definitely.
So what's the make it happen moment for things that we can take from TikTok and apply to Instagram?
What I often encourage clients to do is to do just a little bit of research and looking to see what other people are doing and what kind of content they're sharing that is getting a response.
Okay, so say I'm a YA author. What would I need to do in search to look for things that might apply to me?
So on Instagram or even on TikTok, just doing a search for hashtag YA author or hashtag YA fantasy books.
So some of the hashtags you may already be using.
Exactly. And going in and taking note of what are the trends that I'm seeing? What are their captions like? What are the hashtags that they're using? What style are they using within their videos? Once you really start to make note of these details, you can really make more of an educated decision on how you can present your videos or your posts. You can see what other people are responding to and apply it to your process.
And it's not that we're saying you have to imitate these other people. We're wanting to gain inspiration from them and make something that is us, that connects with our ideal reader.
Exactly.
And doing research is never a one and done thing.
No.
These platforms are constantly changing. Trends are constantly changing. So we do need to do this. Even seasoned veterans like yourself do research from time to time just to see what's new and what you can do to push things in a new direction for your own platform.
Exactly.
And the other part of learning about trends is connecting with your fellow authors, with your peers. And we have a brand new way that authors can learn from each other.
Yes, it's called the Author Circle. This is our brand new membership site where you can not only learn more about marketing and social media newsletters and selling more books, you also have access to an author community where it's not Facebook. It is our own new platform.
So the Author Circle is a place similar to a Facebook group, but better.
Yes.
Because this is only about authors and writing and book marketing, but it's also training resources that you are creating and curating on an ongoing basis. We're going to have live virtual events within this platform.
Monthly office hours where you can ask me questions, workshops and other information that you can learn from. But we also provide templates and guides that make the process easier for you as an author. All that good stuff. And you can get it all for just $27 a month.
No commitment.
No commitment.
No
you can cancel
attached.
anytime. Low risk, high value, a win all around.
So if you want to join us, head on over to mixtusmedia.com. You'll see the membership link in multiple places on the website, and we'll also include a link in the show notes for this episode.
Yes, we hope to see you there. And thanks for listening.
See you next time.